By tomorrow, the 5th of September, international airlines will begin operations in Nigeria.
This comes as the country transits into the third phase of its national response to COVID-19 for a 4-week period from midnight. Just 14 international airlines have been given approval to fly Nigeria's airways. 8 were denied for several reasons.
Travel advisories, as presented by the authorities, indicate that airlines whose passengers are found wanting in pre-boarding requirements at the point of entry into Nigeria risk a $3,500 fine. Aviation analyst Olumide Ohunayo joins me now in the studio to bring us insight into this. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
Great. Good morning. Well, I wonder how excited you are that international flights will be opening in about 24 hours from now.
Very excited. We've been waiting and praying for it. That's about the major revenue for the industry. The international airlines pay all their charges and all other taxes that are required by government, and that enriches almost all the agencies within the industry and the government in general. So the industry has been waiting. Now it's when the industry will start picking up. But then, for us to get to the pre-COVID period, we're looking about that to 2022.
All right. So before now, there was a previous date when the resumption should have happened, but it was said that because of some other trying to put things in place with regards to the protocols especially, the date was moved to tomorrow. And now that we are resuming tomorrow, do you have concerns with regards to what has been put in place? Are you confident that everything will be run smoothly with regards to ensuring that safety protocols are enforced?
Oh yeah. You know, it's not only the industry that is involved in this now. You have the aviation, you have the health in the department, and you have the government PTF all come together to ensure all those protocols and guidelines are in place. Though we lead it, going by the ICAO protocols, safety protocols and health protocols for resumption, though we lead the process, but then all had to be met. If you remember that when we announced the resumption of the domestic flight, we did not also take off on that day. And up to today, not all the local airports are opened for operation. Some have still not met up. So, but as airports and airlines are meeting up with the requirements, they begin to upgrade the list. It's not any list you see now is just temporary. If you meet with the processes and protocols of the government, then you join the list and start. But to tell you, the industry is ready. All safety protocols are in place, and we are not using all the international airports. We are starting with 2, Lagos and Abuja. Okay.
Now, some of the airlines that were not approved for takeoff and all of that, can you break it down for us? What's the reason for some approval and others not getting approval?
Anyway, the announcement was made by the DGNC, who is a regulator, but the decisions concerning that is a policy from the federal government to the PTF, implementing what other countries are doing to Nigeria. So it's more like reciprocity. Okay. So for those who allow Nigerians to come in, then your flight, you can operate flights into Nigeria. For those who said we cannot come in, then you cannot come in. If you look at it, a bit tricky. If you look at that of United Arab Emirates, Emirates Airlines is allowed to come in from Dubai, but Etihad from Abu Dhabi cannot come in.
So one is finding out why is that?
Yeah, because the Emirate of Dubai allows Nigerians to come in, but the Abu Dhabi Emirates is not allowing Nigerians to come in. So,
but the concern here is, if we are just having restrictions based on reciprocity, isn't that playing catch up? Because I was asking this question sometime. Shouldn't we have our own policy, considering the COVID-19 cases in this country, in that country, in that country, and based on that, we come up with that, our own restriction order as to citizens from this country can come for now or not, and all of that.
What you are seeing now is because it has to do with the airlines. I am sure the PTF would have something like that for countries based on the level of how the pandemic
the prevalence of
COVID-19. Yes, and if you look at some of the countries with this high prevalence, have not even started operating international flights. So if you look at that, you someone said they are not ready, no international flight for now because they are not ready. So I think the PTF is handling that. It's not within the purview of the aviation industry. It's that of the federal government, and I think they are doing that. But for now, what they have done is for the airlines, that for us to start operations tomorrow, we're taking country by country basis. So if any of the countries change their policy towards Nigerians, towards what we have done for ourselves concerning the protocols and the guidelines and health guidelines with the COVID, they will also change.
Will also change.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for the first time we're doing something for us in the industry that we have seen that has always not been there. If you look at the bilateral services agreement, it has always been skewed towards the foreign airlines. So if we had used that word reciprocity in this agreement, today maybe the airlines would have been smiling.
Now, when you look at, I want us to talk about the aspect of the fines, $3,500. What do you make of this fine? Does it really capture the offenses, if I may use the word, the breach of the safety protocol? Is that enough or too much?
Well, let me use the word too much, because before the COVID era, if any of the foreign airlines bring any passenger that is not having the required documents and you board the passenger bring to Nigeria, before you, as part of the deportation punishment, the passenger will be deported. As part of the punishment, you pay a fine to the country. You know, so and it's about that range. So now they're just applying now that if you bring a passenger that did not go through the COVID protocols, tested, other things before coming to Nigeria, if such passengers come on your flight, you will be fined, while the passenger will still pay for whatever it needs for all the to go through all the safety protocols as approved by the government.
So for any international traveler, because since the government announced this, a lot of people have been expressing lots of excitement. But for any average traveler, what should they consider? Well,
I think in the past, what you just look at before was your ticket form that you buy your ticket. Look at the taxi that will take you from the airport to your house. But now you have to consider that huge cost for the COVID test, and you know, and then for us here is $130. Okay, let me just take you to Ghana now. Ghana now, the total package for you to go and come back is about $800. The airlines get just $99 out of that money.
Wow.
$9 only for the airline. Others are taxes. It is $150 in Ghana, $130 in Lagos. You take in Ghana before coming to Lagos, you take in Lagos, and when you're going back again,
you take another
one, and take another one, Namdi. So by the time you calculate the test, so I think
for an average person, this is not the time to travel.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to affect travel. So that's what you will notice now is those who are stranded will be the first set of people to come in. But down the line, I did not expect to see passenger rush to travel until when we're able
wouldn't that
to
have
solve
its implication on the finances or the financial capabilities of the airlines?
Oh, definitely. And remember I said it here before that we cannot be ready until about 2022. And what will happen, the airlines will have to adjust. In adjusting, they will have to reduce gauge. Gauge here means the instruments or aircraft that we use for operation. They will not use the bigger one. They probably have to look for a smaller aircraft. And they might not operate all schedules that we had before COVID. It's now reduced. Even with the protocols in place at airport now, it's not all flights that will come in. It's limited. They have a limited number of passengers that can pass the airport a day, about 1,000 plus. Not just below 2,000. So I think with that, the airlines itself would be forced to adjust so that they will not run into losses. But losses are inevitable for the airlines until about 2022.
Is it likely we'll see more connecting flights instead of direct flights to a lot of places now?
Yeah, you see connecting flights. You see alliances by airlines now, because when I have if I have about 30 or 40 passengers, rather than come, I probably just push them on another airline who already has the passengers. So you expect some commercial alliances within airlines to grow now. These airlines will be born out of saving costs and getting their passengers to their place of destination. Now, if you see some of those airlines that are not coming now, they will not just sit down. They will look at the ones that are coming and see some of the passengers that can be put on it. You know, because right now it's only those with tourist visa that they're stopping. Those who have business, residents from those countries are allowed to come into Nigeria. So probably you'll see some alliances. You see alliances discussing, and you see more commercial alliances being used to bypass some of these rules.
All right.
But not the protocols.
Okay,
All
not
right.
the protocols.
Not the protocols.
That is sacrosanct. It can't be changed.
Absolutely. Olumide Ohuayo, thank you for
Thank you.
sharing your time with us this morning.